Hello again, fellow BeachBum traders. Thank you for joining us for our initial due diligence video on Kratos Defense and Security Solutions, where we will try to determine is KTOS a stock to buy now. So again, we'll do our standard initial due diligence as of September 8th, 2022, and try to decide if Kratos Defense and Security Solutions, ticker symbol KTOS, is a stock to buy now. So stick around to the end of the video and we'll do our due diligence, our analysis, and then at the end we'll give you our opinions as to our conclusions as to is KTOS a stock to buy now. So let's get started. Okay, let's look at the home page for Kratos, ticker symbol KTOS. And I'll leave the direct link to their homepage in the description box below. We can quickly see categories, technology, systems and platforms, products, etc. If we scroll through some of their images here, enabling dynamic virtual ground systems. So they've got ground systems, warfighter readiness, so they're doing immersive training solutions. Drones, advanced drones, and transformative technology platforms and systems. So defense platforms, if we scroll down a little bit, we see they've got various categories, systems and platforms, technologies, products. We can see they're focused on national security, so they're a defense contractor, aerospace defense industry. Research and streamlined development, technical advances, unmanned systems, satellite communications, warfighter training, and combat systems. So again, aerospace and defense. See, they have a number of press releases. They've got drone systems. They've got, flight, airborne systems, digital ground systems. Cybersecurity, cryptographic practices, and here's something with a Sikorsky trainer, aerospace, so rocket launch for the Space Force, mission training, again, training, defense training, and space virtual teleport. So they've got a wide array of things. If we look at their products down at the bottom of their page, you can see they've got unmanned systems, so UAVs, drones, they've got swarming drones, etc. Space systems, training systems, ISR systems, ballistic missile defense, again, UAVs, airspace, air, land, and sea, avionics, they've got space systems, etc., microwave, electronics, so a broad array of aerospace and defense products and services. They've got a decent social media presence. They remind me of, and I'm sure a competitor of theirs would be L3Harris Technologies, with whom I have considerable personal experience. So again, I can relate to many of the technologies and services that they're offering and the nature of their business. So we'll dig into them deeper and see is Kratos a ticker symbol KTOS, a stock to buy right now as of September 8th, 2022. Okay, if we start our initial due diligence of Kratos Defense and Security, ticker symbol KTOS, in ChartMill, we look at their profile here. We can see an overview of their technical analysis rating. Right now is very poor. Again, this is of September 8th, 2022. Says that the technical setup rating is 1.5 out of 5, so again, pretty poor. We see a brief overview of their chart. It's recently been in declining for about the mid of August to September 8th. It's below its moving averages. So we can see it's below all of its long-term moving average. We can see there's a resistance level somewhere around 1650. We'll see that more detail when we look at their chart in more detail. Look at the fundamental analysis ratings, 1.5 out of 5, so not very good. Valuation is poor. Profitability is poor. Growth is a little above average, 3.5 out of 5. Health is mid, 2.5 out of 5, and apparently don't pay a dividend. See low institutional ownership percentage, or that's insider ownership is 1%. Institutional is very high, 83%. 125 million shares, market cap 1.5 billion. PE is very high, almost 39. And we can see a description of their profile in ChartMill. Says provides mission critical product services for United States national security priorities, headquartered in San Diego. Currently employed, blah. 2 segments: government solutions, unmanned systems, so UAVs, drones, etc. Microwave electronics, space, satellites, training, cybersecurity, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, which is referred to as ISR, modular systems, defense rocket support, operating segments, so unmanned aerial, unmanned ground, unmanned seaboard, command and control, communication systems, and mission critical national defense, national security. So obviously it's a defense contractor, space and defense, work with a lot of DoD. So I'm sure the majority of their business is government contracts, and will have the characteristics of a government contractor, which again I have extensive experience with, and so we'll talk about that more later. So if we look at the stock chart in more detail in ChartMill for Kratos, we can see again it's been declining recently. It looks like it tested that resistance line around 1650 in the middle of August. Failed, rejected off of that pivot point, that resistance level, and it's been trailing down, broke down below its moving average, its 50-day moving averages, and it is in decline. So thus the poor technical analysis, poor setup ratings right now. If we zoom out a little bit to the weekly chart, we can see it's been generally in decline for some period of time. Pretty much for this year, it's been in general decline. It's in a declining channel. Again, it tested its moving average recently, failed, and is trending downward. One could expect it to test the lower channel of this descending channel. We zoom further out. Again, we see that dramatic decline. We see the very long term. It was trending up very nicely, peaked, and is now trailing down. We can see, long term, very low resistance, very bottom around 4-ish. We see it's broke down below its previous long term low point. So the next low point would be, somewhere in the 10, 11 range. So we'll see that more detail again later. So if we look at the technical analysis in ChartMill for Kratos, ticker symbol KTOS, we see overall technical rating is 0. So right now, as of September 8, 2022, technical rating for KTOS is very poor. Says both short and long-term trends are negative. It's underperforming a majority of other stocks. It's underperforming its industry. It's making a new 52-week low, and it's been trading in 1173 to 1623 range, which they say is quite wide. We can see there's a resistance zone from 1390 to 1401. We see the setup rating is bad, 3 out of 10. Does not present a quality setup at this moment. It says the price movement's a little too volatile to find a good entry or exit point. So they've got resistance in around 14, then 1450, 1498, 1602. So we can see it's been trending down. All the indicators are negative. So again, all the trends are down. Setup is poor. Technical analysis is poor. It's been performing poorly as of late. So again, from a technical standpoint, all indications are negative, very poor right now as of September 8th, 2022. So if we look at the fundamental analysis for Kratos, KTOS, and ChartMill, we see overall its fundamental rating is 3 out of 10, so it's relatively poor. It's compared to its peers. Financial health is medium. Profitability is pretty bad, and it's expensive. So again, from a fundamental standpoint, it's not a very good buy right now. From ChartMill's data, the indication is showing positive growth. We'll see profitability. So it has negative profitability, negative return on assets, profit margins negative. So again, they're not profitable. So their profitability is very poor, 1 out of 10 versus the industry. Their ranking is poor. Valuation's very poor, 1 out of 10. So they've got a good price to book. Forward price to earnings is okay. Book is okay. Price to earnings is bad. It's very expensive at the moment. So as of September 8th, 2022, its price to earnings is very high. It's expensive. So its ratio is higher than the industry average. So there's other companies in this industry much cheaper than KTOS. High PEG. So again, expensive. And again, all indications there are that it's very expensive. Growth-wise, though, it ranks very high. So you could consider this a growth stock in the aerospace and defense industry. So it's ranking 7 out of 10. So it's growing based on estimates for 5 years. EPS grow by 32.61 on average per year. So again, growth is its positive point. Revenue will grow by 11.2% per year, and its growth is accelerating. So again, one could consider this a growth stock in the aerospace and defense industry. If we look at the yearly revenue, it's bottomed in 2017, 2016, is trending up, and it looks like it's accelerating in the future. EPS again was negative. It looks like it went briefly positive. It's gone kind of flat, and then it looks like it will be improving in the future. So again, this kind of looks like a turnaround with a growth in the future type of company. Health-wise, it's 5 out of 10 in the middle. So its current ratio is good. Quick ratio is good. Better place than average to meet its short-term obligations. Debt to equity is okay. Altman Z is 1.6, so it's positive, but it says it's not financially healthy and has some risk of bankruptcy. So that's obviously a concern. It has a low but still positive Altman Z score. So in general, it's average against its industry, does not pay a dividend. So growth is its area, its positive area. Health is not. Profitability is not. So if we look at the analyst ratings for KTOS, Kratos, and ChartMill, we can see there's an 80% buy consensus rating right now. We've got the median price target around 21.11. High price target of about 31.50. We can see some past upgrades in May of this year. The mean price target is 22.46, so it's 85% or 86% upside. So it's got good upside right now. In terms of analysts, it's got 18 analysts, so it's got a decent amount of coverage. Hasn't changed much. So we've got some strong buys, 4 strong buys, 10 buys, 4 holds, no sells, so that's positive. Hasn't changed a whole lot. So again, the analysts really like it, 80% buy, and again, we've got some strong buys, more buys and a couple holds. So if we look at the ownership structure of Kratos, KTOS, and ChartMill, we see the vast majority, 83% is institutional, so it's going to have a lot of stability, a lot of institutions with large holdings in KTOS, small percentage, 1% insiders, and only 15% public or retail. So again, one would expect not a lot of volatility. Your institutional holders are typically going to hold. You see the floats, 123 million, shares outstanding, 125 million. Again, 83% institutional. Had a little bit of a negative insider change recently, but positive institutional change. So you can see it's been very stable, institutional ownership. Again, we see some negative insider activity, some sells, so that doesn't help. Okay, let's also do our due diligence for Kratos Defense and Security Solutions, ticker symbol KTOS. In Webull, we're in the Webull online browser version stock screen. We can see the short-term chart of Webull. We'll come back to that, but we want to pop open this lower pane to do our due diligence. Again, you can see the basic profile for Kratos Defense and Security there, executives, etc. Let's look at the financials. I like these graphs of the financials in Webull, so that's one of the reasons we prefer to look at this in Webull. So we can see their income went through a recent decline, has recovered slightly. They tend to beat estimates, which is good. Balance sheet's a little choppy. They've missed estimates. Now they slightly beat estimates. Cash flow's declining, which is negative, and they're missing estimates, which is negative, and that may account for part of the downtrend that we're seeing. Their financial ratios are okay. They've recently beat estimates. So income statement, again, first quarter 2022, net income was very bad, negative. It's still negative, but recovered slightly. It's worse than it's been in the past, which again, all of these probably explain part of the recent decline that we've seen. Although revenue has significantly improved for quarter two, and they're showing a 10%, 9% year-on-year growth, which is positive. Again, operating income, quarter one was very bad. It's recovered slightly, but still negative. It has been positive in the past. Balance sheets, their debt to asset has gone up, which is negative. Again, we see that decline in cash flow, which again is significantly negative from both an operating, investing, and financing standpoint. So again, probably reasons that we saw the decline from its peak in its price. So if we look at the analyst ratings in Webull shows 12 analysts, 17% strong buy, 58% buy, 25% hold. We've got average price target of $21.60, current price of $12, so a decent amount of upside. High price target of about $30. So short interest gone up a little bit. Days to cover, short interest gone up a little bit. Institutional holdings increased. A relatively good balance, a lot of smaller, medium order size, and ETF weighting. So if we briefly look at the chart again in Webull, we can see short-term there's that decline, may have achieved a bottom, but it's still making lower lows, lower highs, as of September 8th, 2022. If we zoom out a little bit and go out to the year, again, we see, it's been declining, made a run up a little bit, made a recent run up, failed at a resistance point, and has been downtrending ever since. Maybe trying to find some support, although it broke down below its previous support levels. So it's been testing, and those support levels tends to bounce off of them, but then declines from there. So. Okay, if we do our initial due diligence for Kratos Defense Security Solutions, ticker symbol KTOS and FinViz, and I'll leave the direct link to this profile for Kratos and FinViz in the description box below. Take a quick look at their chart again in FinViz. We can see it's got this pivot point around 15. It's been declining, testing that lower trend line of its declining channel. We can see the declining channel may be narrowing. We can see it's below its moving averages and has a steep recent decline, and again might be testing that lower trend line. If we zoom out a little bit to the weekly, again, we can see it looks like it tested its moving average recently, failed, and trended back down. We see a potential, the next support levels, it looks like it broke down below that support level. The next support level might be in the 950-10 range. So again, doesn't have a whole lot of support on the weekly chart there. If we zoom out further to the monthly, again, we can see it has been downtrending for some period of time, tested its longer term moving average, failed, broke down, and is trending down. Setup technical analysis doesn't look very good right now. And again, we're not seeing a whole lot of support. Again, maybe some support in the 9 range from the charts in FinViz. If we look at some of the metrics, we see a negative right there, negative income. They're not profitable. That's obviously a negative. They do have significant sales, 1.5 billion market cap. It is optionable. They have some debt, but it's not a red flag yet. The shares outstanding, 126 million, not a lot of short. Target price of about 22. So it's got some, decent upside. Look for any flags, positive, negative news. So it's an ARK stock, apparently. We'll take a look at that potentially. They win a deal in August, got some deliveries. So we've got Boeing, got partnerships with Boeing. I believe they have a partnership with Lockheed Martin. So again, they're working with some of the larger aerospace and defense contractors. We see they've got some bumps. So it looks like, the news does have a positive impact, General Dynamics, so they're probably working with them. Got an 11% bump. So, when they win these deals, announce good earnings, it does have some significant upside. See their profile in FinViz, government contractor for the U.S. Department of Defense, DoD. Got government solutions, unmanned solutions, microwave electronic products, space satellite communications, training, cybersecurity, warfare, integrated solutions, cybersecurity again, technology, defense rocket support, and then they've got unmanned systems, so UAVs, drones, unmanned ground, seaborne, and serves national security related agencies, again, DoD, intelligence agencies, classified agencies, and international government agencies. As well as some commercial customers. It was incorporated in 94, so they've been around a little while, and they're in San Diego. If we look at their financials briefly, see their revenue increased slightly, costs increased slightly, gross profit is increasing slowly, but their EPS is negative and decreased even more recently in the recent year. If we look quarterly, again, revenues increasing a little bit, costs increasing, gross profit increasing a little bit, although it was better previously. And again, EPS is negative, although it's not recently. It improved a little bit. Okay, let's do our initial due diligence of Kratos Defense and Security Solutions, ticker symbol KTOS in Seeking Alpha. Again, I'll leave the direct link to this profile for Kratos and Seeking Alpha in the description box below. We can see the overall chart, it had a pop and declining, etc. Well, let's look at some recent analysis and news. Falls back to Earth, a drone maker. Be highly valuable, can prove to be highly valuable, low moat, low growth, so a mixture. Pivot over the horizon is bullish, so a mixture of analyst articles. They get a 14 million tactical jet drone contract, 20 million another unmanned UAV drone systems contract. So their EPS beat, revenue beat, was their last earnings report on August 4th, so that's positive. Again, contract orders, all positive. So if we look at their rankings or grades in Seeking Alpha, the authors are saying sell, Wall Street says buy, quants say hold, so quite a diversity there. Valuation is C minus, so negative growth is an F. So here in Seeking Alpha, they're giving Kratos an F in growth. Profitability D plus. Again, you can see the profile. So their annual revenue growth seems to be increasing. Quarterly revenue growth, more flat. Little increase towards the end. Earnings per share on a quarterly basis. See, it was increasing, declined, and now it looks like it's rebounding and increasing from there. We look at it on an annual basis. Again, it was increasing into 20, decreased 21, and now it looks like it's resuming an upward trend there. Valuation, again, forward PE is very high, 37. Return on revenue, gross profit, halfway decent. Market cap 1.5 billion, total debt 393 million. They've got 142 in cash, 142 million in cash. Enterprise value of 1.7. About 1 million shares a day trading volume, so it's pretty liquid. Does not pay dividends. Again, we can see the ownership structure: 82% institutional, 16% public, and a small percent individuals. Here are the peers. They're mostly space, Maxar, so they're not showing a lot of the defense contractors as peers, which is surprising. Short interest is small, 2.8, only 3 million short. It's got a 1.2 beta. Altman Z is 2.6 here, so which is positive, not terrible. Got plenty of revenue. Negative EPS right now. Total cash 142 million. Cash per share is pretty low, 1.13. 41% debt to equity is a little concerning. So all their cash from operations, investing is all negative, so they're losing money. So again, you want to watch for their runway. They have 142 million in cash, and they're losing 16 from operations, and they lost a lot from investing. So their free cash flow is negative 46 million. They've got 142 cash in their quote war chest. Debt to equities, they have some significant debt, so I don't know what the interest rate, on that is, if they're susceptible to rising interest rates. So that's what we can find from Seeking Alpha on KTOS, Kratos Defense and Security Solutions. Okay, I remember seeing some notifications of buys from ARK, Cathie Wood's ARK ETF funds in the email notifications I get from them, for which I will leave a link in the description box below for another video of if you want to get email notifications of changes in the holdings of the ARK ETFs, Cathie Wood's ETFs. I find it helpful to know what they're buying and selling, as that gives me an indication of some support or selling pressure on a given stock if ARK is buying or selling. If we look at the profile of ARK's holdings in the Lucid tracking website, for which you can find a link in our link section on our homepage, beachbumtrading.com, bum without the U. Again, if we look at Kratos, we can see ARK has a significant holding in both the ARK-Q and ARK-X. ARK-Q is the Autonomous and Robotics ETF. ARK-X is the Space ETF. So we can see they're currently holding about 6.6 million shares with over 7.4% weighting in their ARK-Q, Autonomous and Robotics ETF. And it looks like, there's some significant increases, some buys. Looks pretty stable at around 6.6 million shares. In ARK-X, we can see they've got about 1.75 million shares. There's been some small sells, but again, it looks reasonably stable at 1.75 million shares. So again, ARK has a significant holding in two of their ETFs for Kratos Defense and Security, ticker symbol KTOS, in both their autonomous and robotics and space ETFs. So that gives us some indication of Cathie Wood's ARK Invest perception of Kratos Defense and Security. So we hope that also helps. Okay, so given all of our initial due diligence on Kratos Defense and Security Solutions, ticker symbol KTOS, what is our conclusions in terms of, is KTOS a stock to buy now? Well, we saw that KTOS is currently unprofitable. Although they're considered a growth stock, we also saw that they're very expensive. Their PE ratio is very high. We also saw that they're losing money and they have a limited amount of cash, although they're not at imminent risk of bankruptcy or insolvency. They are losing a significant amount of cash and they have a limited amount of cash. And therefore, there is some risk of further future dilution. Future offerings if they happen to run out of cash. Their growth trajectory is very positive, so we would consider Kratos Defense and Security Solutions in the area of growth stocks. We saw that Cathie Wood, so the ARK Invest ETFs, has significant holdings in both their robotics and autonomous ETF as well as their space ETF. So ARK Invest also considers KTOS currently an innovative growth stock with a future opportunity, and we would concur with that. Also, that it could be considered a growth stock. However, right now in 2022, in a recessionary environment, high inflation environment, rising interest rate environment, that is going to be, downward pressure on growth stocks that have high PEs that are very expensive, unprofitable at this time. So in the near term, KTOS, Kratos does not look like an immediate buy, again, in this current recessionary environment. If the sentiment for innovation and growth stocks and the economic environment improves for growth stocks, again, to see a growth stock like KTOS in the aerospace and defense industry is a little bit rare. And so this may be a great opportunity in that type of innovation growth tech environment. So again, we would be waiting for a change in sentiment to positive area of growth stocks innovation again once we come out of a recession. Maybe if interest rates come down again and it favors growth innovation type stocks, KTOS would be a great opportunity. Give you some background. I like KTOS. I like what they're doing. I have experience in the aerospace and defense industry with some of their peers, some larger competitors, L3 Harris Technologies, etc. So another positive for KTOS going forward in the future is that they appear to be subcontractor. They have contracts with Lockheed Martin, with Boeing, with Sikorsky, etc. And those contract awards act as catalysts, give KTOS a pop. So again, even though for a long-term investment hold right now in this recessionary high interest rate environments, I wouldn't, can't recommend KTOS for a long-term investment right now. going forward, their level of innovation looks very attractive. So in a different economic environment, KTOS may be very attractive. And again, for shorter term trading, day trading, momentum breakout type trading, on those contract wins, KTOS might get a nice pop, and you might be able to make a short-term trade profitably with KTOS. So again, given my experience as a government contractor, it looks like they're doing good work. They're covering the major segments that most of the major government contractors cover. That gives them a level of stability. The government contract business, however, does limit growth. Usually they do a cost plus about 6% with contracts directly with the government. So again, those are not your high growing areas. However, given the tensions in the world, we would expect that spending in defense areas, and particularly the areas that Kratos is in, drones, etc., should see some increased spending around the world. They do have contracts with foreign governments, etc. So again, I think the future is very positive for KTOS. I think their level of innovation and growth, they could do very well against even their larger competitors, and they can subcontract to those larger competitors. So in the future, we're going to keep an eye on KTOS and watch them, see if they can turn around, become profitable. I think the key to their success is to become profitable, continue their innovation, continue their growth trajectory. So if they can do that and do not have to dilute significantly, and again, in the future, if their valuation improves after they've done their offerings, their cash position improves, I think KTOS would be a very interesting stock for long term going forward. But right now, again, in the current economic situation, the fact that they're unprofitable and excessively expensive, we can't see KTOS as a stock to buy right now. What do you think? What do you think about Kratos Defense and Security? Do you have additional information that we should consider in our due diligence? Do you find this information helpful? Please let us know in the comments below, in our Discord, in our Facebook group. Contact us via social media, etc. All these links you can find in the description box below. On our homepage, beachbumtrading.com, bum without the U, etc. So we want to hear what you think. What do you think of the near-term and the long-term future of Kratos Defense and Security Solutions, ticker symbol KTOSs? Again, we'll keep an eye on KTOS and revisit them in the future to see if it improves in terms of a stock to buy now. So we hope this all helps. Good luck and have a great trading day. The content of this video was produced by BeachBum Trading. We hope you will choose to also join us in the BeachBum Trading community and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Visit us at our homepage at beachbumtrading.com, the bum without the U. Similarly on Twitter, BeachBum Trading, bum without the U. On Facebook and in our BeachBum Trading Facebook group. Please follow us on Pinterest and on Instagram. All of the links to our social media sites will be included in the description box below, and we hope you will choose to subscribe to our BeachBum Trading YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Thank you. We also cordially want to invite you to our new BeachBum Trading Community Discord server, where we can have discussions on all topics related to trading, success in trading, investing, etc. You can see alerts when we make trades, changes to our watch lists, etc. So again, please join us in the new BeachBum Trading Community Discord server. You should be able to find a link in the description box below. You can also find a link in the social media category on our webpage, beachbumtrading.com, without the bum without the U, and also in the link section on the About page of our YouTube channel, etc. So again, we look forward to seeing you in the BeachBum Trading Community Discord server soon. Wave and say hello. BeachBum Trading also now has a site on Patreon. If you are willing and able to help support our efforts to produce all the content and help you achieve the financial freedom you want and deserve to be able to live the BeachBum lifestyle or any other kind of lifestyle you would like, and you're willing and able to help support our efforts in these regards, we hope you'll choose to visit our Patreon page. You can get access to our new BeachBum Trading Community Discord server, which is currently under construction, but you will get access to the Discord server by supporting us through Patreon. Again, this is all currently under construction, but you can see we just have the default levels, membership levels, but again, each level allows support, allows access to our Discord. We're also posting our trade positions initially in our Discord, and again, we greatly appreciate any support that you're willing and able to provide. So thank you for your consideration.
Thank you again for watching our video. We hope that you liked it. If so, please smash the like button, give us a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to our BeachBum Trading YouTube channel. Please share this video with your fellow traders and friends. And please give us your feedback and any recommendations for improvement in the comments section below. And let us know what else we can do to help you in your trading career. Thank you again, good luck, and have a great trading day. If you like this video, we hope you will choose to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the box in the upper left-hand corner. You can watch another video like this by clicking on the box in the lower right-hand corner. And we have a whole playlist of videos like this that you can access via the box in the upper right hand corner. Our latest video is available in the box in the lower left hand corner. We hope you like this and have a great day.